Okay, we are done with the tunic. We are just about to start the trousers. So this is the front pattern, this is the back pattern, and I've also cut my pocket. Pocket is 14 inches by 14 folded. So I folded the two and I cut them. Now I'm going to mark where I'm going to do my pocket. What you will do first is to measure 4 inches. Then you will notch it with like ½ inch. Don't let it pass ½ inch. Notch it with like ½ inch. Then you will measure 7 inches. 7 inches is the standard for adult male. 7 inches for the mouth of the pocket. But because this is a smaller pocket, I'm using 6 inches. But don't forget, for an adult male, 7 inches is the standard. And then you notch it in with another ½ inch. So that's that for the front pattern. You only notch the front pattern for the pocket. So then this is the pocket. I'm going to measure 9 inches. That is the standard for the pocket that you will notch on the pocket. But because this is a smaller trouser, like I said, I'm notching at 8 inches because I used 6 inches there. If I had used standard of 7 inches, I would have used 9 inches. So you notch the pockets to exactly half. Remember, it's 2 pockets that I cut. Then make sure you mark your pocket. You need to know the front and the back. This is the back, and I will need this positioning while I'm sewing. This is also the back. So let's go and sew the pocket, and then we'll sew the trousers. The notches on both the pocket and the front pattern, front on front. That's the way I'm going to start sewing it, and watch the details on how I'm going to turn it and then how I'm going to finish sewing the pocket. It's simple. Okay, I've already done the pocket on the front pattern, one of the legs. So this is the back pattern, you can see. So I'm placing it on it, the one that matches this leg, and I'm going to join the sides now. Make sure you don't sew the mouth of your pocket when you are sewing. Just use the space, this half-inch space here. That's what you will use to join both the front pattern and the back pattern together. And I'm sewing it down, straight down to the hem. I have a little excess which I'm going to trim off. Your own may not have an excess. Then I'll fold the hem. I'm still going to use my hem allowance. I won't go beyond the hem allowance. So I'll fold the hem. I'll sew it. After sewing the hem, then I'll sew the second part of the leg. So I'm going to sew the second part of the leg. So I'm finishing one leg before I go back to sew the second leg. Make sure you check what is on your ankle circumference. This is 6. So I'm sewing it up to the crotch. When I'm done with this one leg, I'll go and start the second leg all over again from the pocket. So let me go and do the second leg. So this is the second leg of the trousers. This is the front part of the pocket, the front part of the trouser, the front pattern of the trouser. I'm going to align the notching, the lower notching, then I'll notch the upper notching so I can know where to start the sewing from. This is where this one is, so I'm going to notch it. Then I'm turning it so I can start sewing. Just sew it straight down to the lower notching. I'm just solidifying the notch that is there before then you turn it. Turn the notchings out at the upper part and at the lower part too. If you need to go and iron, yes, you can go and iron it. I'm going to iron when I'm done. You need to iron, so I'm top stitching now. I'm going to top stitch now so that the mouth of the pocket can be firm. It's just a little away from the mouth of the pocket. So I'm done with the top stitching, and I'm going to fold the lower part of the pocket. This is the right, so I'm folding it. Yes, I'm folding it on the right because I'm still going to turn it inward. Because somebody is wondering, why are you folding it on the right? Yes, I'm folding it on the right, then I'll turn it inward. So I'm going to sew the lower part of the pocket from the notching down. I'll follow the shape of the pocket. If your own pocket is round, you can follow it round. This one is like a rectangle. Then I'll turn it out. After turning out, this is what I have. Then I want to top stitch my pocket. Next, after this, is to position the back part on it. Then I'll sew the side down. So this is the front part of the trouser. So I'm placing the back pattern on it, front on front. Then I'll sew it down like I did the first one. And make sure you don't sew the mouth of your pocket. Like I'm going to have a little excess again, but I'll trim it, then I'll fold the hem. If your own doesn't have an excess, it's fine. Just go ahead and fold the hem. So I'm folding the hem. After folding the hem, I'll sew the second side of the pocket like I did previously. Check what is on the ankle. This one is 6. Then I'll sew it up. So the next thing I'm going to do is to join the crouch together. I'm I'm going to join the crouch together, and watch how I'm going to join. I'll first of all turn the legs of the trousers to the right. You know, everything I sew it on the left, so I'll turn it to the right. Then I'll align the two crouch depths. I will align it together and sew. So I'm going to sew it to my right, then I'll turn it and sew it towards my left. I'm joining the crouch. So I'm turning it, then I'll sew it to the left too. So I've joined the crouch now. And the trousers, let's iron them. The last thing will be to go and fold in, then we'll put our elastic.